Judy, do you ever watch the show on YouTube?
No.
Okay, so you never read the ticker?
Oh, I know. Wait. What? Yeah, not recently, but did you change something in this week's episode?
Yeah, I change it every single week. I put something new in the ticker.
Oh, I feel like I always thought it looked the same. I don't know.
Uh, yeah, no, this week I put a message about my mom in the ticker.
Okay.
And look, I'm gonna say now, it might not have been the most mature thing to do. But well, no, I should say in last week's tickers when I did this. It might not have been the most mature thing to do, but her card got kicked back on Patreon, so I said she was a poor.
Not your mom's.
Look, I was very upset in the moment, okay? Because I realized that it's not my fault that I'm a poor, that it's systemic, that I learned these bad traits from her, and now she's just
Oh my
passed on
God.
being a poor to me. And I didn't think that was really cool, so I was upset, okay? I was real upset. Oh, man. Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at takeabreathpod. Please check out the YouTube to see all of our videos. Also, if you want to be on the ticker, make sure your card works. Otherwise, you go get a funny announcement about you. But $5 a month on the Patreon gets you put on the ticker. At takeabreathpod. Or, you know what, honestly, just like, share, and subscribe to the channel, the episode, just all that stuff. Because, we appreciate any way, shape, or form. Even watch and listen. That's fine, too. Like,
Yeah.
You want to do anything except enjoy the content? Okay. Oh, I'm so mad at you for enjoying my thing. Also, sorry, Mom. Sorry that I did that. Sorry that I'm a child. Look, my mom's retired, okay? So she did fine. She's not actually a poor, so I can make that joke. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
I shouldn't even worry about money except for the fact it's been on my mind so much lately because my car has been acting up, right? Anytime your car starts to act up, you know that you're going to be like, oh, I really wish I hadn't have bought that video game a couple weeks ago. That extra $60 would come in handy right now. But my car's been acting up, and I thought there was an issue with the battery because there's always been this defect in my car where, like, the fan will keep going sometimes, even if I turn it off, and I have to disconnect the battery or whatever. But if I don't disconnect it, like if I just don't notice that it's happening, the battery gets drained out, right? It's an old defect on my car. That part's fine. So I've been having an issue with my battery over the last week, and I was like, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to go back to where I bought it. It's under warranty. They'll swap it out for me. I can go about my day. So I go, and they're like, well, you just bought this battery like 6 months ago. And I go, oh, that's why oh.
We just lost you. Oh. Hello? Well, I guess it's the Judy show today, guys. We lost Ryan. Oh, nope, he's back.
All right. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know. I bumped the microphone. It turned my camera off. I don't know what happened. I'm
Really
sorry.
weird.
I'm not touching anything. I'll keep my hands here for the rest of the night. Okay. So I go and they test my battery, and they're like, yeah, you just got this thing 6 months ago. It's fine. It's dead, but it's fine. I'm like, yeah, exactly. It's dead. why is it dead? And they're like,
how is it fine?
because your
Yeah.
alternator's blown out.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh. And this was a shock to me because I didn't think that the battery would even work at all if the alternator wasn't working. Because I don't know cars like that. Never have, never will. Right?
Right.
So the very next day after I found this out, like, because I went after work. So there was nothing that was open. I couldn't take it to a shop right then and there. So the next morning, I'm on my way to work. And I'm driving on the freeway. And my car literally shuts down. Full shutdown.
Oh my God.
Like, just turns
That's like one of my biggest
off,
fears.
Okay? I know!
Oh my God.
So I had to make an evasive maneuver, right?
Yeah.
Now, I didn't do anything crazy because I'm not trying to put anyone else's life in danger. But it's a 4-lane freeway. I was in the middle left lane, okay? So I thought to myself, it'll be better to just cut into one lane and then the emergency lane rather than have to try and traverse over to the right side of traffic, okay? So so there's no one next to me, so I cut over to the left lane. Now, normally, I'd just be able to get into the emergency lane and kind of like, not hit the brakes, but coast a little bit on the brakes until I can come to a complete stop, right? But unfortunately, every single section of the 215, which is the freeway that I take to work, is under construction.
Of course
So
it is.
there's these big, or not even cones, the orange barrels.
The barrels
are like every 30 feet or whatever on that side. So I can't, because I'm still coasting at like, let's say 55, 60 miles per hour at this point, right? So I can't just turn into the emergency lane and stop, because if I do that, I'm going to smash through one of these barrels like I'm a stunt man. Okay? So here's the other thing though. I also can't hit my brakes at all in the lane I'm in because the car is dead. So if I hit my brakes, it's just going to have the person behind me slam into me.
Oh my God.
So I'm coasting. Right? People are so pissed at me with this.
Did you turn your hazards on?
I see my car's dead.
Oh, you're so
no
wait. So
electricity.
your hazards don't. Oh, damn. At all? I didn't think.
But
okay.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't hit the brakes because the brake lights wouldn't work. The turn signals didn't work. My electrical everything was turned off.
Damn. All right. Okay.
How is this one of your biggest fears and you don't know all the ramifications, Judy?
Oh my God. Okay.
So now I'm just coasting. In the fast lane, I'm just coasting. And like I said, I see the lady behind me and she's like doing all this stuff in the mirror, right? You know, just, I don't want to do like the actual thing she was doing, but you know what happens when people are upset. They're yelling at you. They're waving their arms.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm hearing people honking and I'm like, I'm of two minds of this thing. Because on one hand, I get it because they don't know my car is dead, right? So they just think I'm driving like an idiot. But on the other hand, my car's dead and I'm freaking out a little bit, man, okay?
Yeah.
Because I got to figure out how I'm going to navigate this. So maybe you don't need to hit the horn so goddamn hard, man. So finally, I get it down to where I think I'm going to have enough. I'm going to be able to brake hard enough to stop before I smash into one of these barrels, okay? So I pull in and I hit the brakes. And I tell ya, I was literally about 6 inches away from that barrel. Oh my God. Thankfully, I was able to get the car going again. And we haven't had any kind of issues like that happen since, but we've also been driving on the right side of the road. So if anything happens,
in
we just
case.
pull over
Right.
real quick, and we good. Okay. And
Wait, so how did you get it to start
for
back
anyone
up?
wondering, I just jump started it, and it started again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I carry a little jump start juice pack with me. So now I didn't get anyone to like pull over and, help me. No. I'm self-sufficient. But yeah, I was so worried about having to get back on the road too, because it's like you're on the left side of the road and people are vroom, vroom, vroom,
Yes.
vroom, right?
Yes.
Thankfully, there was a gap in the traffic, and we made it work.
Oh,
we got to
man.
work. But yeah, it was, oh God, just seeing everything go black.
Insane. Oh my god.
It was
So
a
you're
fun
gonna
day.
get that
It was a
checked,
fun day.
right?
No, yeah, I've got an appointment this weekend.
Okay.
Getting that taken care of. So, look, I was just like, it was just a vibe. Badness was just going around in a vibe, right? Because
Yeah.
like the car thing happened to me.
Yeah.
And then also the Mavs decided that they wanted to just, full on 100% mode, the worst trade ever, which I get. You can't.
Yep.
You can't really plan for injuries. I totally understand that. But still, this is not really a good thing. This is the worst thing that could happen, to be quite honest. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about,
Yes.
we talked a couple episodes ago about how Luka Doncic got traded to the LA Lakers.
Yep.
I have King James and I have King in Waiting Luka. Oh, I love it so much. Go Lake Show. Ha ha. But he got traded for Anthony Davis, who went over to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony Davis got injured almost immediately.
After his first game. Yep.
Like during the first game.
I don't even know.
During the first game, he had a great first half and then went down in the second quarter. Or third quarter, sorry. So it was 50-50 on if he was going to shut it down for the rest of the year. Obviously, if the team continued to play well and had a chance to go to the playoffs, he'd come back, right? But if they don't, then he's not going to. But then about, what was it, a couple days ago, I'm guessing? Yeah. At the time that this show is coming out, it'll have been almost a week. But unfortunately, Kyrie Irving, their star point/shooting guard, went down with a torn ACL.
Yeah.
So now Anthony Davis has said, well, I'm definitely not coming back then. Okay. So not only did you trade away this generational talent in Luka Doncic, you've now said goodbye to this year for sure. And let's be honest, like, do you really think that this team with an aging and injured Kyrie, an aging and injured Anthony Davis, and I know he's your bae, but Klay Thompson, chucking up threes.
Who's also getting up
that
there.
that
Yeah.
team- Do you think that team has any chance of actually contending for a title in the next 2 years? Like, not including this season?
No.
Right. So
I think the fans have also
Although-
quit on the Mavs.
100%.
Oh my god.
But I've heard a conspiracy theory about that, actually.
Okay.
That this is actually what the new owners wanted. So Mark Cuban sold the team,
Right. Mhm.
right? Before the year started, to the Adelsons, who have casinos in Las Vegas, right? So the conspiracy theory is that they traded away Luka, and before that they had already raised season ticket prices by, I want to say, like 8.9 or 8.1% or something like that, an average of.
Okay.
Anyway. So they raise season ticket prices, they get rid of their generational star. The conspiracy theory is that they're doing all this to tank the value of the team, so that it actually becomes something that they can move to Las Vegas. Because no one's going to let them move the team to Las Vegas if it's like the greatest team ever.
Interesting.
If it's making all this money and it's doing all these things properly. But if season ticket sales are down, people aren't showing up to the games anyway.
Right.
Oh, we're definitely going to consider moving at that point. And like I said, conspiracy crackpot theory, but the way they're making moves, man, I don't know.
I don't know. You're right. It sounded a little suspect, you know?
We'll just have to see.
An interesting ride. Yeah. Yeah.
So you sent me a video about an Airbnb, right?
Oh my God, yes.
So real quick before we play the video, I haven't watched
Okay.
it. What's going on?
Let me just tell y'all. So it's this lady talking about how she's going on her friend's birthday trip, and the birthday girl's friend. So they're not like friends. She's like a friend of a friend, right? They all gave this girl to book the Airbnb. So they gave the money up front to her. I think each of the friends gave like $400 to this girl to book their Airbnb. Cool. You know, everybody thought it was great until one day the girl who was supposed to book the Airbnb texts another one of the friends in the group saying like, "Hey girl,
well, hold on. I have the video right here.
Okay.
I had it. Oh God, I don't have it now because I had to leave the studio, and when I left the studio,
I'll explain.
Hold on. No, I got it right here. Okay. There we go. We go.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm supposed to be going on a trip next month for spring break. At the end of this month, actually, because it's March now for spring break. So
it's just spring break.
My portion of the Airbnb, like last week, okay? And the girl, this is like a friend of my friend. So this is not directly my friend. The girl who put the deposit.
I'm sorry. I said, what should we know before the video? Not, what did the lady say completely in the video? You hit her 1 for 1, Judy. Damn.
Down for the Airbnb, and who put the deposit down for the Airbnb on her Airbnb account, she's a friend of my friend. So this is like my mutual. This is not directly my friend. This is very important, okay? She sends me this message this morning. "Hey girl, to be honest, I'm not proud to admit this, but I had an emergency come up. So I had to use the $400 you sent me for the Airbnb to help cover my rent money for this month. Do you think you could send another payment of $400? Because if not, we'll most likely lose the Airbnb. And I don't know if we'll be able to find another one. I promise I'll pay you back the full $800, most likely later after the trip."
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm here watching this, and I'm just thinking like, what? What?
I mean, the thing that's crazy is I can almost be like, I get why you use that money for your rent. Like, that's not cool, obviously. Yeah. But I can understand it. The thing that's crazy to me is you just got to take the L at that point. Yep. You just got to you can't ask for another $400.
The audacity. Yes. The girl asking for $400 more. Like, I just need to know.
Insane.
I need to know. And like, there's so many theories in the comments talking about how she probably used all of the girls' monies that they put in $400 to pay her rent. It's not just her.
100%. Either that or it wasn't for, she didn't use it on rent. Like, she went and got her,
she got her hair done, she got her nails done for the trip.
Yeah, that too, right? It could have been a million different things.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine if she did all that for the trip, and then there's no trip. That's why she's pressing. That's why she's pushing to have everybody send another $400. Like, no, we gotta go. I already got my hair and nails done. We gotta go.
I don't know where these new groups of women or girls, I don't know how old they are coming from, because if there was an emergency and sure I had to use the $400 or whatever, I don't know if I would be like, girl, give me another $400. I would have been like, look, I'm not going to go on the trip.
Yeah. Well, no. No one's going on the trip at that point.
Yeah.
Right? Because that $400 came
from one
for that deposit or whatever, right? So that's why she was saying, like, if we don't pay the $400, no one's going. Maybe you're right, and she did send that to a bunch of different people, but I know I keep coming back to this, right? But this isn't anything new. This kind of stuff has been happening for forever because there have always been terrible people out there. The only thing that's new about it is that we're now part of the stupid bubble. Okay?
Yeah.
We were living our lives in, maybe not a smart bubble, but not idiotic. And now the stupid bubble called social media has just surrounded us, and we're caught up in this stuff.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. I've become way too cynical because this thought always pops in my head whenever I watch something like this. How do we know this is real?
True. Which is, right? Yes.
Like,
yes. I say that also because I don't know if it's just being like, if it's actually a thing or if it's just becoming way too, I'm not going to say it's not normalized, but because I've seen so many similar stories about things like this happening with groups of people. And I don't know if y'all just have shitty friends or...
Well, definitely shitty friends, right?
Yeah.
The other thing I'll say, just to be honest, like, it is much easier to do this to people now because of the way that we've, turned money completely digital. But the fact that I can just send you $300 without needing to have the money physically on me in order to make a thing happen. Like, it's a lot easier, because this was the issue that I had early on with my debit card, right? It's a lot easier to just be like, boop, 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 and send somebody $400 than it is to take that $400 out of your purse and physically, you start looking at that money, you're like, I don't even like traveling that much. Damn, what am I doing?
Right. Or, physically going to an ATM to pull out the cash.
Oh, well, the max at most ATMs like $300, so that's another thing too.
Well, there we go.
Oh, I can't even pay the full thing right now.
I have to go inside the bank now.
I can. Oh God!
And speak to one of these tellers to get my money out.
See, I had not even considered going inside the bank at any point in time during this entire conversation. That tells you how easy it is just to get money digitally from people now. So I fully would admit that this is probably something that is happening more often, but people have been getting scammed like this forever.
God, I know. And it just sucks because it's a friend. It's not even your friend. It's a friend of a friend.
Oh, but that's on you for giving a friend of a friend $400.
Yeah, you're right.
I totally get where you're coming from and why that sucks, but have your own Airbnb account. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, exactly. But okay, so on top of that story, I came across another travel story where it's again another group of women. But this time, it's a birthday. I wish I had the TikTok, but it's lost in my feed. It's gone forever. It's a it's like, this one girl's birthday, and she's telling her friends like, hey, these are the excursions I want to do when we're in Mexico she didn't say how long it was, but I'm guessing maybe like a long weekend trip to Mexico. And she's like, those excursions are probably going to come out to like $200, $250 for, whatever they're doing. They preface saying that, all the hotels are booked and paid for. Everybody paid for their hotels. It's all inclusive, blah, blah, blah. When she emailed or when she texted her friends that the excursions come out to like $200, one of the girls chimes in and was like, hey, my budget is only $150 for the whole weekend period. She goes, why didn't you say, this earlier or what have you? And the birthday girl was like, oh, the weather's been bad, so we don't really know. We don't want to cancel excursions if we can't get our refunds, et cetera, whatever, what have you. So she's like, she waited like a week or so before the trip to send this out. And so my thing was, I would never, I don't know if I would say I would never budget myself or only have that small amount of funds to go on a trip internationally. And I know it's Mexico, I get it, but at the same time, like, there's things that could go wrong. And if you only have $150...
No. You're misunderstanding what she was saying.
Okay.
She wasn't saying, I only have $150 and I can't do anything else.
That is what she said, though.
Like, period.
I think that's...
No.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
She said I only budgeted for $150 to spend, right? So hear me out on this. This is what I'm saying. You told me that the trip was at an all-inclusive resort, right? So I know that I always get on you for making assumptions. I'm going to make an assumption right here saying that the girl has never been to one of those before. So she hears all-inclusive. So she has the $150 on her for like tips or gift shop stuff or whatever, right? Because she's already, I'm assuming, already spent a whole bunch of money on the resort itself, right? Because I'm guessing the birthday girl didn't like fit the bill for everyone to go to the resort. I'm guessing everyone paid their own way, right?
Yeah.
So, right. So she's like, all right, I've already spent, let's say $900 or whatever for this weekend. So I'm only budgeting myself another $150 because all in, I'm now at like, let's just round it up and say $1,200, right? Making a nice, easy number for me because we know math is not my strong suit. So now she's finding out that it's going to be more than what she had budgeted for. Right. So she's like, I didn't sign up. Now, the thing that makes this stupid in general is that it's a difference of $50. So the only other thing that I can think of is that either you're right 100%, Judy, and she just doesn't have, like, she spent all of her money on the trip and doesn't have any other funds.
That's how I took it. That was the story on how I took that side.
Right. And that's fair. But what I'm thinking is that she had planned on spending $150 and now she's thinking it's going to be another $200 on top of it because she wasn't planning on spending anything for the excursions because, like I said, she thinks all inclusive, right? Which everything on the resort is, but excursions cost more because you're excursioning off the property. Right. So that's one thing. I think that it's really hard for me to think that somebody doesn't have even $50 more in their bank account. I know people are out there. I'm not saying that
like real poor.
It's not an issue that people have. Right. Real pores are out there, right?
Yeah.
Not systemic pores like me, just real ones.
Not working class poor. Like us.
Who have funny haha podcasts because they have extra time to do stuff. Yeah. They don't have to have 4 jobs. But yeah, that if I had to actually guess what the situation is that she didn't want to have to spend another $200 on top of the $150 she was planning on spending in like tips and gifts and whatever. But yeah, it's if it is what you said, homegirl, you should just not be going.
Yes, so that's how I took it. But then I'm thinking, like, why did she even come up with this $150? But I get it, you want to stay in a budget. But at the same time, like, you're going on a trip. And I don't know. It's a
Well,
whole.
yeah, no, I get that, but the trip is all inclusive. So like you've paid for your trip in advance, kind of. Is
True.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I'll put it like this: if you went on like a Disney cruise, one that just like goes out into the ocean for a day and a half and comes back, same thing. It's a weekend. How much cash are you taking with you?
Ooh, I don't know.
Right? I'm telling you, especially if
But,
it's a short one like that, at most it's like $200. Now, like I said, I'll still have my debit card or whatever, but at most it's $200. And that would literally just be so I could tip out the waiter, so I could tip out the bartender if I do that, you know, anything like that. Because like I said, in this cruise, you're not getting off the boat at anything and it's all included already. So I don't need any actual money to spend.
Fair. You're right.
See, this is what happens when you launder money because you have too much of it, Judy, and so you're laundering it through
Oh my
37
God.
bank accounts, right? Okay, this is what happens. Your money doesn't mean as much to you anymore, Judy, because you have so much of it that you just have to split it up into 70,000 bank accounts so that the government can never find it. I bet you're glad the IRS is going down, huh, Judy? I bet you're super happy about it because now you don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah,
on all that
first
fake
of all,
money of yours.
let's not forget that we owe a lot of money to the IRS. So if they decide to go away, what's going to happen? Because I still have not paid that. So
you're waiting till the last minute.
It's already
on that one,
auto-debited on April 15th. And that's when they will get their money, if they're even still around. So.
Oh my God. Judy, it's time for Am I Overreacting?
You had to play for a little longer than that 5-second clip you just did.
Why? Why do I have to do the whole thing?
You don't have to do the whole thing, but you need to be a little longer than 5 seconds.
Why?
Just to pump it up. I need more than 5 seconds.
Just because. Stop teasing me, Ryan.
I need that boost of serotonin. 5 seconds.
God. Also, remember how I was thinking about changing it to something else? Well, heard back. Someone got in the comments and said, don't change the sounder. So you know what? Since someone actually did the thing that I constantly ask for, we're keeping the sounder.
Yay.
Thanks, Sylvia.
Thank you.
I'm good. I want to shout her out. All right. Am I overreacting? My boyfriend keeps calling me a bitch as a joke.
That's a joke.
Am I overreacting? My boyfriend keeps calling me a bitch as a joke. I told him back in January I'm not okay with this most of the time, unless it's like, bitch, LOL. Her words, not mine. I want to be clear. I did not add the LOL. So he said he would dial it back, but really didn't. Yesterday, he texted me like something random, then bitch. And I said, stop, to which he jokingly apologized. Then again, yesterday, he was like, come here, bitch. And I told him to stop. But he was in a bad mood and said something along the lines of, okay, this is not a good time to make a stand about this. And I'm like, what the F? This is causing some real resentment. In his defense, he is super silly and totally thinks I'm joking, or I don't think of it as seriously, but... And that's all she wrote. So obviously, this is like a 15-year-old girl writing this.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even... Whoever wrote that, I'm going to assume is not even of legal drinking age. So...
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to say you're overreacting, but this is something that I've had to learn, and my wife has had to learn about me and all this stuff. If you have the door cracked, then it's open. Okay, you can't have the door kind of sort of open and be like, no, it's okay to call me bitch, but you can't be like, what's up, bitch? No, no, because he's doing it as a joke regardless, it sounds like, and you know that he is, and it's fair that you can know that he is and it still bother you. That's totally fair. But you can't tell him how to make a joke. You can only say if something is offensive to you or not. And it sounds like the way he jokes about it is offensive to you. So you should just have him stop saying it altogether.
Stop altogether. Yes. Yes.
This is why I use the word bitch as like a friend thing, so that everyone knows that when I'm like, bitch, it's like we homies, you know? Right? Right? Homies, right? Judy, come on, back me up. Judy,
I mean, are we talking to me and you? Or you and EP?
Yeah, me and all women. Me and my boss. What's up, bitch? King, I do not.
Oh my God.
I do not do that. Oh.
Because, I mean, okay, yes, I guess there's like two types of couples, right? There's the ones who say it jokingly to, like, the man to his wife, girlfriend, or whatever. And then there's ones that just don't do it. So you can't be in between, I feel.
Right.
Like you said, if you have that crack open, you can't just be in between. So.
All right.
Yeah, but she also just left it as a...
Definitely...
Okay.
That door is definitely open at this house.
Not over here, but it's more of like for me, it's girl.
He calls you girl?
No. Like I would call Key like girl. Let me tell you.
And then he's like, bitch, right?
No.
Oh.
We're not the B words here.
Oh, okay. What's his annoyed word with you then?
Annoyed word. I don't. I have to think about it. I don't think we.
I know what it is.
Okay.
I know what it is. It's bitch. It's when he's annoyed. It's just he's smart enough to not say it out loud. He keeps it in his head. But it's definitely like he's in his head. He's like, this bitch got me doing chores on a Sunday and I'm trying to watch football. Oh, yes, honey, no problem, bitch. Oh, yeah, that's you guys.
Right back next week.
Okay. He's gonna, one day he is seriously just gonna be like, Ryan, stop. You're telling too much, Ryan.
Oh, I'm gonna get a text message. Why would you do this?
we had a good thing going. She had no idea I was calling her a bitch, and now it's all I can hear about. Oh man! All right, switching gears.
Okay.
Last week I was telling you guys about my new favorite TV show, Could Have Been Love, starring
Your new obsession.
Druski. Okay.
Yes.
It is my new obsession. You know the worst thing about the show?
No.
Is that it premieres while I'm prepping for the show. So I have to wait until after I'm done doing my show until I can watch that one. That's the worst part.
Huh, he drops on Thursdays. So very interesting.
Thursdays at 6 West Coast time. So, I don't know how YouTube works, if it's like 9 o'clock or if it's still 6 o'clock over on the East Coast. We just got to wait the 3 hours. Like how you used to if you had a satellite dish and you had the East Coast feed and the West Coast feed. Oh, I
honestly think it just drops so it's 6 Pacific. It probably drops at 9 p.m. Eastern time, so it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I gotta wait for that, but I have a question for you. Okay. You're not a huge Druski fan, but do you know the type? I'm not going to say this is the only type of woman he's into, but do you know about the type of woman that he's like kind of known for being into?
No, and by the looks of his cast, I don't think he knows either.
That's fair. That's fair. But Druski, he's kind of known for being into studs. Okay, and I had to actually explain to my
that makes
mom
sense.
what a stud is. Okay, this is not something I ever thought I was gonna have to explain, but damn sure did. Oh, Juicy's into studs. What is that? Oh, I've already fucked up. And now I gotta explain to my mom what a stud is. But for anyone who wants to see real quick, I do have an example right here.
You have an example of a stud?
I have an example of Druski around.
Oh,
studs.
okay.
So here,
I never seen this many studs together. Y'all period's gonna sync up. Y'all gonna fuck around, that period gonna start syncing up. So it's Mr.
JM.
What JM stand for? Jessica?
Jessica, yeah, you got it.
Y'all always be stuck.
Yeah, that's the thing about, if you don't know, studs always got a stud name,
Yes.
right? So if your name is Sarah, then everyone calls you like Scissorhead or something like that. Like you always got to try and be sounding hard.
Stuck in the middle with it. I still hit that little shit too. I still hit it too. You throw it at me, I'ma catch it.
She thinks she my bitch whole time. She a lick. This
You
shit
nice,
is enough
bro.
to buy me some bricks. Come through shooting. Glah, glah.
Oh, he
Hit my face,
good.
nah.
He good. He
Okay,
good.
okay. This is that's enough
Yeah,
right there,
yeah.
right? Like you don't get me wrong, that's better rapping than I could do, but that's dick motivated is what that was. Cause it wasn't that great, okay?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that great of a rap. Now, Druski gets a lot of shit for being into studs.
Okay.
But I would like to actually defend him on this a little bit. Because, look, I'm not going to say that I'm into studs as a whole, right? But I will say that an entire generation of people has been into them, even if they didn't realize it. Okay?
Okay.
I am going to submit into evidence a series of photos of one Michelle Rodriguez. And you tell me if this is not the progenitor of the stud.
Is
Okay,
it Michelle
so the
Rodriguez,
first
Fast
one-
and Furious Michelle? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, of course it is. Has she done anything else? That probably, but it doesn't matter, okay? But yes, this is Michelle Rodriguez in The Fast and The Furious, the very first one, right? And I'm not going to lie to you. This is probably the most feminine she is going to look. Okay? She's surrounded by the pink with the car. She's got her hair down. She's got her little sunglasses on. And even then, she's got serious, I'ma whoop yo ass energy, okay? So now moving on to her next photo. Look at this. Now, to be fair, this was the look for the early 2000s, right?
Early
Aguilera
2000s.
had a whole
Yes.
Christina
Yes.
Aguilera had a whole album dedicated to fucking whale tails or some shit like that. But don't tell me that this doesn't look real stud-like to you.
I don't know.
Okay,
I would consider
okay.
her
But you could-
stud-like. Okay.
Okay, but you could, at the very least, you could see what I see. Because look, it's not just look at the accessories. We got a fucking knife right here in her belt line. We got the dog tags. We got a dog chain choker, right? I understand a lot of these things are saying daddy issues, but they're also staying stud vibes. But we'll move on.
Okay.
We'll move on. Now look, again, the dog tags, she's covered in grease. She's obviously been working at a hard, manly-like job. Stud vibes.
Okay.
Oh, look at this one. Okay? yes, she's wearing a little bit more makeup. I will give you that. But you know what? The surefire sign of any stud?
Those
Either
cargo pants?
jeans. Oh, you stole it from me. Yes, cargo pants. I had a whole setup talking about jeans and Nikes or cargo pants. You just come in, you take it. Good for you.
Oh my God. Okay.
And then the coup de grace. I mean, look, this is the most stud. Okay? I have seen 13-year-old boys with this wardrobe.
Okay. That one, yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
So, like, we gotta give Druski, we gotta give him a break, okay? I understand it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. But let's not act like we weren't making Michelle Rodriguez, because I'm a cool biker chick looking person, that we weren't making her a sex symbol for fucking decades. All right. Now my man's is like, all right, that's what I'm into and we're going to shame him for it. Come on. No, that's not cool. That's not cool.
But okay, so to me, when you say a woman is a stud, I automatically think they're only into women. So which then goes
Okay,
into
that's
point
fair.
to why why is he only into studs if studs are only into women? I don't know. Unless prove me
A, I don't
wrong
think
that like other
So
studs
there's
who are
there's a couple things with that. There's a couple things with that. One, not all. I do think, especially in the time that we live in, more studs are going both ways than ever. Right now,
Okay.
maybe you're 100% correct, and a traditional stud is someone who is a full-on lesbian. So I'll take that one. Right, but. What, my boy can't like having a challenge? Okay, like, you know, he's just like, I don't like playing life on easy mode, okay? I need to give myself a challenge. Oh, it's fine. It's fine and quirky when a gay guy steals a married man from his family, but when Druski does it, oh, now it's an issue. All right, also, you know how in a lot of like teenage rom-com type scenarios, the pretty quiet girl who's the obvious love interest is always jealous of the girl best friend because she can relate to the guy on a different level and they're like BFFs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So there's also a hint of that, right? And then on the kink aspect of it, from what I hear, this is not me, this is what I've heard, right? Is that like, it's like having sex with a dude, but without having to actually have sex with a dude. And that probably sounds really weird, right? Hear me out, right?
Yeah.
So most of the women that I've been with, right? They will at times like take over in the moment or whatever, but they won't be like leading the charge throughout the entire thing. They kind of expect the guy to lead the charge. Like, and I'm talking about like intensity, positioning, if any snacks were brought beforehand so we can, recharge. All that stuff is up to the guy, right? So then you get a stud who maybe has like a dude's mentality and you're like, I wonder what that would be like. And it's definitely not gay because it's a woman. So I wonder what that'd be like. Like, there's just so many possibilities. So
Interesting. Okay. I
was like,
I don't kick.
interesting.
I don't.
All I
I
can
don't
say is
yuck
interesting.
anyone's yum.
Good. A lot of people yuck Druski's yum. Also, real quick before we go into the scenarios, I want to show all you guys this. If you're worried about AI taking over, we still have a moment before it does. Because according to Google's AI, Michelle Rodriguez is a politician married to Freddie Rodriguez, a former assembly member, blah, 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 right? And that would be fine because Michelle Rodriguez, it's a search engine, so you never know which one's talking about. Except for the fact that then it has a picture of the actress Michelle Rodriguez right next to it.
Yeah.
So while I am not a huge fan of AI and I'm scared that at some point it's going to fuck us up, we got at least one more day. We have at least one more day.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Right.
Okay.
So what are these
All
scenarios that you were telling me about?
Okay. I found one on Thread where it says there's 1,000 grapes in front of you. 999 of them are safe, but one of them is poisonous and will kill you. Each grape you eat gets you $100,000. How many grapes would you eat? Oh, they added it's tax-free also.
It better be. How am I gonna show that I made all this money eating grapes? Huh? It better be tax-free. IRS could be, oh yeah, you made $100,000 eating grapes. Get the fuck out of here. How many would I eat? 1,000.
There's 1,000 grapes.
1,000, so 1% of that. No, 10% of that would be 100. 1% of that would be 10. 50?
50. Interesting. Okay.
That's 5 million right there. I mean, I'll put it like that. Yeah, like maybe I chicken out once I get to like 3.5 mil, right?
Maybe after my 20th, I'll be like, okay, maybe I'm good.
Yeah, at 3.5 mil, I'm like, now here's my question though. Here's the other question too, though. Okay, if I eat the poison one, does my family get the money?
Oh, they didn't go into the details. You just die, so we don't know what happens to your money.
For the sake of this, then we'll just say any money accrued gets put in a trust for whomever you want if you end up eating the poison one, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say like I know that with 5 million that they would be fine, but yeah, probably around like my 35th one at 3.5, I'd be like, I mean, what's another 1.5 really gonna do for me, right? Either that, or I go the other way and I'm like, I can eat all the grapes I want. I'm never gonna die. Ah!
Yeah, true. You can,
no, I definitely I top out at 50 or at 50.
No,
how about
50,
how many
50
were you
would
at?
be your if I make it to 10 with a good meal, I might be cooling off. I don't know if I would want to risk to keep going.
See,
I don't know.
That's that Texas lifestyle that you got, okay? 5 million gets me an adequate house in Nevada, okay? Adequate. Not even adequate.
Right, adequate.
Oh.
Just to get you in a nice neighborhood, not a
Yeah.
Okay. So I would top out of maybe 10, maybe 15 if I want to push my luck.
Okay.
Okay, last one.
What's the other one you got?
Last one is, so Keith and I talked about this. So you can only pick 2 out of these 6, okay? No bills for the rest of your life. A 4-day work week. $50K a month for life. You pay no taxes. You retire at 40 or no mortgage.
Okay. No bills and $50K a month. Done. That's the easiest fucking 2 ever. Because
I said,
No, go ahead.
No,
go ahead. Tell me what you said, and then I can
say.
Okay, fine. Well, because if I have no bills, right, then I go and I just have to have the down payment for the home, and I don't have to pay the mortgage because that's a bill. So I don't have to worry about it.
True.
Then I'm also, okay, I don't have to pay taxes. Guess what? I'm getting $50,000 a month for free. I'll pay taxes on that. That's fine. 4-day work week, suck my dick.
Yeah, why
I'm
would that
making
option
50
even
grand
be
a
on
month.
there? Exactly. I don't understand.
That's
who put
how I
that
feel.
there.
So the only thing that maybe I'm skirting the rules because they're not including the mortgage as a bill since it is later on in the list.
Right.
But I don't know a single person that I know that doesn't include the cost of their housing as a bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm getting a free, you know what, fuck it. I'll just get an apartment too. I'll go get one of those real fucking nice apartments, you know, that basically you'd be living, like if you had to buy it, you'd buy it for like 20 million or whatever, but I get to rent it out for $3,000 a month, right? And then I just put the deposit down, never pay a dime on it, right? I'll do the same thing with my cars. No bills for, guess what? Wi-Fi, fucking food, everything. Just nothing I have to pay for. And I got free money coming in? Come on. Now tell me what you chose, which is so much better than what I chose.
No, I would have said the $50K a month for life, easy, and pay no taxes. That was it.
So you just want, okay, well that's fair. I mean, yeah, because now you're just getting $50K a month tax free, which turns into what, $500,000. So $600K a year,
tax free.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's I mean, you know,
if what,
and
like 5% of that goes towards bills.
But the other one that is also stupid is retire at 40.
Yeah,
Right? Like
I wouldn't be
guess
working
what?
for 40K.
I'll retire. I'm 40 in like 3 days. Okay, like it's not like that's a real. Okay, but also, yeah, no, I'll just retire when I get that $50K a month.
50K.
So
Yeah, exactly. God, whoever came up with that list, but I'm like, no, $50K, no taxes, and give or take, only 5% of that goes towards bills. Cool.
That's why whenever we do something like this, you gotta throw in pedophilia somewhere. You gotta throw in the PDF file somewhere, right? Because otherwise it's too easy. Because now it's okay. You get $50,000 a month, but 3 children get diddied every month, right? And now you're like, oh, I don't know. I still really want that money.
Oh, man.
It's only 3 kids getting diddied, but I don't want kids getting diddied. And then you start doing, well, is it the same 3 kids or is it 3 new kids every month? You start negotiating with yourself.
Oh my God. I'm so happy that you brought that up because I just remember telling Keith about that last
What?
week. No.
What? You're happy that I brought up PDF files?
No, not happy that you brought that part. I mean, I'm just saying, like, when we were talking about it last week, about on the island and, kids getting diddy. So then I asked Keith that same question, and he's like, what? And I know he was texting you about it, and I was just cracking up on the couch. I was like,
He did.
oh my
he did.
God.
I explained everything to him. He seemed also in favor of just let's cure cancer. Yep, a generation of trauma probably happened, but you know what? We never have cancer again. We just, it's just like, you ever see Demolition Man?
I know we watched it, but I can't tell you the whole thing.
In Demolition Man, there's a scene where they're talking about sex or whatever, and she goes through, after AIDS, there was SMS. After SMS, there was UBT. After UBT, there was super mega AIDS, right? She just keeps going through this list, and that's what would happen with cancer, right? After cancer, there'd be another thing, and after that, another thing, so on and so forth. But at least we got rid of cancer, even though those kids still got diddied.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we have enough time for this. We got about 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
You sent me this video.
And And I forgot
And
about it, but then you brought it up. I was like, oh, yes.
Yes, and I want everyone to hear it first, and then we'll talk about it.
It's my husband's birthday today. He's a nurse, and he works with a lot of girl nurses. And these are 2 birthday shout-outs they gave him on Instagram. Let me know what you think. I don't know what to think.
So for anyone who's wondering, it says, happy birthday to the one who keeps my ass in check. First ER friend, break buddy, work hubby, locker buddy, Papa Smurf, love you, homie. Right? With a bunch of pictures of them together at work.
At work.
A bunch of them at...
It looks like an outing at a Dodgers game.
Maybe, yes. And then, let's see. What's it say? It's so small. It's our
Zaddies, yeah. Something
blah, blah.
Zaddy.
Yeah, it's Zaddy is in there. Happy birthday. Okay.
Yeah.
This just doesn't sit well. The words, the comfortness level. Like, what happened to, hey, happy birthday?
What happened to hey, happy birthday?
True.
Look, I will say this, right? I understand why she is upset because these are pick-me girls that are the work friends. These are clear pick-me girls. And if you don't know what a pick-me girl is, it's that girl who's just always around the guys who's like, pick me, I'll do whatever you guys want. And like, nah, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like, he's a nice guy, obviously. And these girls have taloned their way onto him. I will say this. Maybe it's just me. I'm more upset with the second one that called him Zaddy than the first one. Because the first one, with all of the different nicknames, she was definitely like, I'm going to put so much in just so that everybody knows how much friends we are. Just like you, like I've seen that same post for a girl is my point. Like a girl talking about her best girlfriend. I've seen that kind of post for a birthday. So that's what I think. While it's super pick me, I do feel like she was just trying to be like, this is my friend. The other girl, and like I said, maybe it's just a me thing. You can't call nobody fucking daddy out there and expect their wife not to be upset about it.
Yeah, right.
I gotta go home.
And why is the husband out here reposting these? It's the only reason why she saw it.
Because he doesn't know the rules of engagement, okay? He doesn't know the rules of engagement. He thinks he's out here just being friendly and nice to his work friends. No, you just went across enemy lines, man. You better put a fucking helmet on and duck and run, okay? Because it is open season on you. Oh.
I don't know. That first one, I was like, girl, why do you take so many pictures of my husband?
Right. I'll put it this way, okay?
I go,
if she doesn't take a lot of pictures, then yeah, you're right. Something's weird. But I bet you that she is one of those kind of girls that if you look at her Instagram, she's posting something every 45
every day.
minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
like, yes, I'm not saying that it's not weird and or annoying that they're taking all these pictures together. I'm just saying nobody just, unless you're a fucking stalker, nobody takes pictures of just one person and not the rest of their entire lives. And they were all selfies. She was in all of them. Right? It wasn't like there was just a bunch of him by himself that she had. I'd be more concerned if she just had a bunch of if she had a bunch of photos of just the husband and no self. Nah, we cutting this off now.
Yeah.
That does it for this week's show. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. You know, if you listen to part of it, all of it, whatever, we appreciate it. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and all the videos we do there, as well as check out our Patreon if you want to, just go and be added to it, you can do that at TABPOD. If you want to, give to the show, unless you're a poor like me and my mom, $5 a month would be very appreciated. But seriously, however you guys enjoy the show or support the show, we appreciate it. And until the next show, bye.
Bye.